family to me. All of y'all who, care about other people, want the best for your family, want the best for yourself, not on no selfish stuff, care about your community, care about other people's well being. That's 17th Ave family to me. You know what I'm saying? So, welcome, 17th Ave family. And those of you who not on it yet, that then welcome, family. You still family. Welcome to Peep Game TV and Keeping a Real Team collaboration. I'm your man Shadi Ali, aka SRD, with my man Jay Sean, aka Mr. F Love, on this Thursday, August 20th. So we about to get into it like we do every week. Thank y'all for taking the time to come out and be with us. And remember, you guys can call in 973-460-1610. We're looking for our first caller for the night. So maybe it'll be you.
That's another shirt. That's another design
Yeah,
from your apparel.
yeah,
Okay. What it say? 17th Ave.
yeah.
Oh,
Just 17th
17th.
Ave.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
You must got bunch of every. I see you with a bunch of different ones, huh?
I'm trying to get them out there, man. You know,
Yeah.
get them out there. So pretty soon they'll be available for people to start purchasing.
Yeah. Okay. All
So
right.
yeah,
What you said? It's on me to ask you.
yeah. I get
Okay.
because I asked you the first one last week, so you get to ask me.
Let me move this over a little bit. I got my questions right here. Um. Okay. This is a community question. Um. What is one change that would make our communities safer, healthier, or and better for everyone?
I think one of the things that we could do to make the community safer, healthier, and much better for everyone is to start being neighbors again. Start getting to know everybody in the neighborhood. I think that will make it safer. That will make it better. That will make it more healthier. Just to get to know the person next door to you, the person down the street, and start doing the neighborhood watch where everybody take care of each other in the neighborhood. I think if we started doing that in the neighborhoods, I think the communities would be safer. I think the communities would be more healthier. I think it would be better for everyone. And that's regardless of ethnicity. Once we start to do that, I think that would open up a whole different um, energy for everyone who's on in the neighborhood. I think now because at the work day, people barely speak, people going through their everyday struggles, and you feel like sometimes you feel like you're alone. With all the people in your neighborhood, sometimes you still feel like you're alone because people walking around frowning up. People, sometimes you speak to people, they act like they don't hear you. So I think that would be ideal for each and every one of us to just, start off with, "Hi, how you doing today?" And then start to get to know individuals, get to know the family members. And then because I think that would make it safer. I think that would make it safer for the children and make it safer for the elderly, especially if you get to for the elderly, because the elderly come out, half of them sometimes I'm sure be afraid of these young people because the young people, some of them be on some, disrespectful non-community stuff. You know what I mean? So I think that would be the first thing we do. Get to know the neighbor. You know what the Bible say, love your neighbor like you love, love thy neighbor like you love yourself, pretty much. saying? So we can start trying to just connect. I think that would be great for the community, great for everybody. What's your thoughts? What do you think?
Um, you tapped on a lot of things. I agree with what you said because I was that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say a lot of times neighbors they don't even speak to each other anymore. You know, I got people who move next door to me, and I spoke one time, spoke two times. Lady don't say not one word, and then next door to her, it's a lady who just seemed mad with the world every day. And I'm like, man, when we was young, you might have one old person on your block who was who was like crabby or like mean, you know what I mean? We
Right.
had like maybe one or two, but everybody else was like neighborly, you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
from the grandparents to the parents to the kids. When you came outside when we was young, it was love. Soon as you came outside, we didn't really have to call nobody. You coming out, text nobody. Wasn't none of that around. Like when you came, you just came. When you came outside when you was young, really, it was just like a adventure. You know what I mean? Because it was so much you was gonna do. You know what I mean? You was gonna play sports in the street, or you was just gonna talk, sit around and talk, or whatever you was gonna do. But it was that word neighborly. You know what I mean? Neighborly.
Right.
That's that's a big change that I think we need because if you think about it now, sometimes when you ever going down the street, well, when you lived in Patterson, and you might see a 13 or 14-year-old kid, and they walking down the street and they on their phone, they talking about F this and I'm a this that like like they don't even care like with old people around or whatever, like no respect. So I think that the first change to make the neighborhood safer and healthier and for everybody, the people got to change. You know, um, everybody got to change and within themselves. And then I think once people change within themselves and be more um, um, friendly, neighborly, um, more accepting, to each other. I think that would be like the first step in making the first change toward making our community better. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
think it's
agree
gonna
with you.
start with us.
Yeah, I agree. And when it comes to the neighborhood, it starts with each individual making adjustments in their personality. Sometimes a smile. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sometimes you don't even have to say nothing. Just a smile. Give a person a smile. So a smile go a long way rather than
yeah,
an ice grill. A person hit you with the ice grill, you looking at like, man, what's wrong with them? A
yeah,
person hit you with a smile, you be like, oh, all right. You smile
yeah,
back and give a nod. Start doing some stuff like that. I think that would be great. For our communities.
yeah.
Get
Me
back to being neighborly.
too.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's definitely
We,
something. Each of you, what do you
we'll
guys
see if
think?
that
If
we.
you guys have a comment, you can dial 973-460-1610. Call in and let us know what you think.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
that's a good topic to tap in.
yeah, yeah. Let us know how your neighbors are. What are your neighbors? How do your neighbors treat you? Or how do you treat your neighbors? Because we all got them, unless you live way out there somewhere in the country and you just got the one big house and everybody's about a half a mile or so from you. But even then,
Yeah,
when you're driving by, you can still see people. All right.
yeah.
So let's let's start with a perspective check. At 62, after everything life has thrown at you, the wins, the losses, the heartbreaks, the surprises, what do you understand about relationships that you absolutely did not understand at 32? And I'm talking about the real lessons, the ones that changed you, the ones that changed how you showed up, how you love, and how you communicate,
Um,
and how you protect your peace.
that's a good one. What did I learn from relationships? What do I know in 62 that I know now that I didn't know at 32? I think that I know now that it take hard work to make a relationship work. You can't come in what they call it half cocked. You can't. This wait a minute. This fucking cat, man. Excuse me. This cat is annoying, man. Um, you can't you can't come in with the wrong mindset. That's what I know at 62 that I didn't know at 32. At 32, when we was 32, it seemed like it was things were so plentiful and everything was easy for the pickings. You know what I mean? No matter what you relationship you was in or whatever. You know what I mean? And I know now that you have to take relationships more serious. You know what I mean? I didn't know that then. I know it now. And I also know that I understand people's feelings more now. You know what I mean? That I didn't know back then. I understand that you can't play with people's feelings because you don't want nobody to play with your feelings. The main thing that I would say that I know is that if you want somebody to trust you, then you got to trust yourself first. Um, at 32, I don't think I was that much on that or aware of that. It was more like I don't know. It just seemed like things was more carefree and not as serious. Like so, you might have been in a relationship. You might have had a good woman, but maybe at 32 you don't take it that serious as you should, and you gamble more on life, and you gamble more on love. You gamble more on your relationship and stuff like that. So I would have to say at 62, I learned that you can't go in like with a glass half full. You can't play with people's feelings, and if you're gonna be in love, then be in love, and you gotta take it serious. You know what I mean? You can't play around with it. What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts is when you go into a relationship, go in it being honest with yourself first and be honest with the individual that you're with. I think at 32, I wasn't completely honest with myself. I definitely wasn't honest with relationships. So I think that just being honest, if you not ready for a monogamous relationship, say, look, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for a monogamous relationship. I still see a lot of low hanging fruit that I want to pick. So I think that's something that I learned. And I also learned that with that, if you're dishonest and if you one of those individuals where you picking a lot of low hanging fruit and then you get discovered that you done picked a few grapes, a few apples, and all of this stuff, the long term effects is not worth the short term pleasure. I learned that that's something because at the end of the day, if you plan on being with someone, as you said, it's not worth a 2 night affair that's gonna carry you in your now in your affair in your relationship years down the road. Because once that trust is tainted, it's difficult to get it back if you are even able to get it back. So I think, it's best to be honest. Be honest. If you want to be that type of individual, then say, look, I'm just not ready for this. I care about you. I like you. I even love you, but my love for you won't allow me to do what I used to do in a sense of going behind your back, making you believe that I want to be only with you and I don't want to only be with you. I think that is why we have a lot of what you say disgruntled women because they have been tricked to believing that individuals was ready to be monogamous and ready to be only with them, and then come to find out, cats got about three or four other ones. Sometimes even babies are born in those relationships, and now the woman looking at herself like, you know, was she good enough? Now she's questioning herself because of actions that was, done by a person who knew that wasn't what he was ready for. Not to say he didn't want it, but he wasn't ready for it. It's one thing to want something, it's another thing to be ready for what you want. People want things, but a lot of times they're not ready for what they want. So until you get ready for that, I would say fall back and be honest. So that's what I learned at 62 that I didn't know or really
and,
even care too much about at 32.
and and you know what's crazy? I picked that age 32 because at 32 you really should know. You know what I mean? You pass your 20s, you pass your teens. At 32, like you really should know what you want to do, but at 32, you really don't. You know, but at 32, you really, because what you gonna say? At 42, I should know. You know what I mean? At 52, 32 is like the halfway point. But and I think we was more mature at 32 than the 32s now. So imagine how it is. You know, we was
Yeah,
more mature at 32 than the 32s now.
yeah.
Just
Well,
like
I
our
think,
parents was more mature,
yeah, I think we were more responsible.
more
Yeah,
responsible.
we were more responsible. I mean, and we knew,
Definitely,
yeah, at
definitely.
32, we knew what we wanted. We just didn't know how to go about it when it came to the women. We had gotten used to, you know, telling lies, running game. You dig? So once you got used to telling lies and running game, that was in our DNA at that time. Telling lies and running game. But and that came from the environment. The cats we were around, the cats we watched, all of these things played a part in that. How you interacted with the women. So now, at 62, me at 63, yeah. Now it's about being honest. It's about whatever you want to do, being honest enough to say, look, this is what I want to do, this is what I don't want to do. So I don't want to take you to the river and say drink, and at the end of the day, it's not even nothing in there to drink.
Quick,
you
quick,
know,
quick, quick, quick. Sidebar. Do you think at 63 you should still be told what to do at 63?
I don't I don't think it's necessary for you to be told what to do. I think it's something, if someone asks you, because told at 63, nah, nobody trying to should be asked to tell you anything. You know what I mean? At 63, you know pretty much what you know. If Unless
Yeah.
you starting on a new job or some new adventure where you know nothing about, and then you need somebody to, give you some heads up on that. But when it comes to like a relationship or life, now I get being able to say, okay, express something that you may want that I may not see, as a woman expressing something that she wants from you, but not in a way where you make me feel like you telling me. I think
Yeah.
once it comes to where it comes out to like you trying to tell me something, then we already then had a lack of communication right there, because you're not even communicating with me properly. So
That's what I got a problem. That's why I got a problem with somebody like trying to tell me uh what to do or how I should do something or something like that at 62. That's where I got a big problem with that. But like you said, maybe it's the way you word it. You know, um, maybe you could advise me or tell me that displeases you, or you would feel better if I didn't do that this that way. That's where I think the ladies part of it have to come in. They have to, like you said, they gotta learn how to, you gotta rearrange it. Because at 62 and 63, you really don't want nobody telling you what to do anymore.
yeah,
So anyway,
yeah, and I
we,
think that's something where women, you know, modern day women, it's there's a lot of feelings involved. So sometimes the feelings get ahead of the words. So now you feeling some type of way, and those feelings are coming out with your words, and now they're not coming out in a manner where it's it's comfortable. It's comfortable for the receiver. It may come out of your mouth and you may be comfortable with saying it, but it's not comfortable for the one who's hearing it. And I think that's something that needs to be worked on by both men and women. Proper communication. It's a way in which you can say something. I believe you can say anything to a person using the proper word and the proper tone.
yeah,
I think tone, body language at times makes a difference, but that tone and those words, when it's like somebody demanding you or make you feel like you're supposed to or you have to, I think that's what gets to most guys. Because I think you
yeah,
hear women a lot of times. This is what you're supposed to do as a husband, as my man. This is what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? So it gets to you sometimes. Be like, well, I chose you. I wasn't supposed to be with you. I chose to be with you. So therefore, everything that I do from there on in is a choice. So I think
mm,
that's something that we all
that's
need
real.
to, you know, um, look at, because I think when you choose to do something rather than feeling like you have to do it, it's a better energy behind it.
Yeah, I believe that. Um, okay, let's move.
Yeah, yeah. Let's get it.
goal that you would like to accomplish this year?
Uh, my personal goal that I would like to accomplish this year is finishing both the books that I'm currently working on and getting those out there, getting those books out. Get them out on the get promoting them and get them out there and start getting some feedback with them. I think that's what I would like to do for this year. Finish my two books so I can be like you, three have three books out. You know what I mean? So that's it. I got one. How he remained married after being unfaithful. The other one is patterns of behavior. Those two books.
What is it?
Patterns of
What's the name
behavior.
of it?
Patterns of
Oh,
behavior.
patterns of the.
And the other one is how he remained married after being unfaithful. So those two
Okay.
books, I'd like to get them completed, get them out, and get them into people's hands and hear their feedback. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really concentrating on striving to get them done before the year is out, before the year change. So that's one thing that I would like to get done before this year is out. Get those out. So hope God willing, I get them out before December.
Yeah,
So
you could do
that's
it.
that's 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 my goal. What about
Um,
you?
um, let me see. One goal that I would like to do before this year is out. I I would like to build my podcast up more. You know what I mean? Um, this one too.
Uh,
Um, the keeping it real. I would really like to have it so, and it ain't really about money. It's like it'd be like a personal achievement for me. You know what I mean? To really have my podcast, this podcast, both of them, to really have them popping. Like really popping. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's my because I was writing a book, but I stopped. I'm not writing any movies or nothing right now. So the only thing I'm really working on now is the podcasts. But
Okay.
I mean, I really would like to get the podcasts going, man. I really would. I put a lot of time into it, a lot of thought. It's like I'm right here on a ledge. It's like I just can't get over the hump, and it's tearing away at me because I don't know how to get over the hump. Well, I guess I do know how to get over the hump, but maybe I'm not putting enough energy into it. But that's one personal goal that I'm going to accomplish before the year is over with. You know what I mean? Just
Okay.
put it into positive perspective. So yeah, that's what I would have. My personal goal is to be doing a podcast. This one, mine, and have like maybe like if I could get let me see, before December 31st, before this year is over, if I could average 50 listeners, I'll be happy. That's the only goal that's the only thing I'm working on. If I could average 50 or more listeners, and that's not really asking for much,
No, no, that's
but if
light.
I could, but if I could
Well,
average 50, yeah, I feel real good about myself. TikTok sent me a $13 check the other day.
Okay, all right, all right, all right, all right. Making some
That
bread,
was my
man.
second. That wasn't my first one.
Okay. Hey,
But
you made some bread, brother.
they sent me. I got a $14 one before. Uh, just small checks. That's it. But you know how it is. It make you like just like when you in the streets hustling or whatever. Like if I could make 50 off of this, then I'm gonna flip it. I want to make
Right, right,
a
right,
hundred off of it.
right. If you can
So
make
from them,
if you can make 14, you can make 28. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
right.
yeah. So
Yeah, but
that's
yeah,
what it is. You know, but
yeah,
yeah,
it's an accomplishment.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what about you guys? We want 973-460-1610. Call in. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We all
We
family.
we still waiting for
17th FM, we all
our
family.
first caller.
Yeah, come in, be the
Still
first caller for the night. Let us know what you
we
think
still
about the
waiting for the
show and
first caller.
how can we make the show more appealing to you? How can we make it more entertaining? Whatever it is, call us 973-460-1610. We waiting on you.
And I know it's people who listening because they want to support Sha, and I know it's people listening because they want to support me. So between that, how many people, large, small, it ain't and it's not gonna kill you. It's nothing to be shy about. This ain't the keeping it real show. So we we promise to be gentle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we ain't gonna come at you. All right.
Nah.
Now let's zoom out from personal to collective. If you had the power to clean up and improve your community starting today, what the very first action you would take? Not not the long list, just the one move that would make the biggest difference right away.
Mm. I think policing. I always been a big advocate for that, man. Like like I remember we used to talk, like me and you used to talk about you being the mayor and stuff like that of Patterson, remember?
Right.
And we used to talk about that. Like people don't know that we talk about real things. Like we used to talk about you being the mayor, and I always been a big advocate that police officers should only come from the city that they working in. So all the cops from Patterson should only come from Patterson. All the cops from Wayne should only be from Wayne. All the cops from Trenton should only be from Trenton. All the cops from Camden should only be for Camden. Why I say that is because just say for a minute you was a cop in Patterson. You grew up in Patterson. I grew up in Patterson. You a cop from Patterson. I'm a cop from Patterson. And whoever listening, whatever city you from, you a cop from that city. You have to know that being a cop somewhere you grew up at, you gonna be have more concern. You gonna look at things different. You gonna go about things different. You gonna handle things different. And if you a real sincere person, you gonna be sincere and dedicated to helping the city. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say uh cleaning up or this and that. My main thing that I say, holy shit. You saw that?
Yeah. That probably because I hit it.
No, no, my lights went out.
Oh, that was. Oh, oh. Oh, what is storming up there?
Yeah, my AC went off, my lights went out.
Oh, you had what they
Oh,
call a brownout.
yeah, brown. Yeah, I hope that shit don't happen again.
Yeah, I saw the blink. I thought my hand.
No, that was my lights went out.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah, I had that today myself. Something like that happened to me
yeah,
today.
yeah, but I would just say the policing shop. It got to start with the policing, the people
Okay.
who pay to protect and serve. And for me, that's a big chunk of the. That would be a big chunk of the solution of the problem. What about you?
Uh, yeah, I don't. I think that's not a bad idea when, especially when you talk about, because if you got police that live in the same town, you won't have those cowboys. Where you have the individuals that come in people's house, disrespect their house, steal from them, all that kind of stuff. If people know where you live, I think you're going to be more honorable and more considerate to the people that you are hired to protect and serve. I think some individuals, not all, some police, when they don't live in the town, they take advantage of that and they mistreat the people that are looking up to them to protect and serve them by, you know, as I say, I have experienced cops stealing from me, being disrespectful and things of that nature. Now I've also experienced cops that were, helpful. And so I'm not bashing cops because the it's like any other thing. You have your good and your bad. But for those individuals who stealing and being grimy and disrespectful, those are the ones I would like to see. I would also like to see the police check those types. You know what I mean? The good cops check the bad ones. Check the ones that are
Yeah,
stealing. Check the ones that are robbing people. Check the ones that are beating people up. I would like to see police do that. You good guys out there, check those ones out there because they make y'all look bad. They and I know that all cops not bad because I know some good ones. I've met some good ones that really take their job serious and hold their job with honor and respect the people that they deal with. But for those who don't, yeah, they need to be dealt with. Those they need to be dealt with immediately. You know, they need to be checked with their behavior. So yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I agree. I agree with you that police make a major difference in how the community operates and how they set a tone in the community. They set a tone.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, so with the neighbors and the cops, you can have a really great city with people being good neighbors and cops or police policing, not pillaging. You can have a pretty nice town or city if everybody play their position and respect each other and try to make tough situations less tough. Bad situations better. That type of thing.
yeah. That's true.
So
Yep. I always been big thinking that though. Like, it start with the police
yeah, yeah,
because that's a big problem. Yo, you remember Jeffrey Hefferman?
yeah, yeah.
You know he became a police officer.
Oh man, boy, I know he was roughing jokers up.
Yup. I used to when I used to work at Barnet Hospital. He used to come to the front desk to uh talk to this nurse there or somebody there. And every time I used to see him, I used to try to talk to him. He act like he ain't know me. I used to speak to him. He wouldn't speak to me. Yeah, he said, I was like, you don't remember me from school 20? Like, then he was like talking about he couldn't wait to be a cop for he could, I guess, he had a vendetta, I guess, against people did to
Yeah,
him,
yeah. People
you know,
bullied him, roughed him up. So I'm
in,
sure.
in school 20.
Yeah,
He
Jeffrey
he was a
Heffernan.
white he was a white boy, y'all. Yeah, so
Jeffrey
he yeah
Heffernan. Yeah, he was kind of scrawny. Did he gain
yeah
some weight?
he became yeah a little bit yeah when he was a cop he did they get that big chest and shit.
Right.
He was he used to be. I used to see him all the time. He would never speak to me. I used to be like, "Yo, remember me and Randy?" Like, "No, I don't remember you." Like, all
I didn't ever
right.
I didn't see him.
You never saw him. Yeah, he was a
Nah.
Patterson police officer.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
you
but
know he
that's
gave some people hell.
that's what I say. That's a lot of things where people who be bullied end up becoming police officers. They be
Now
rough.
he a prime example.
Right.
I can't. Somebody beat him up one time. I can't remember who it was. I
Shoot.
think it was Dylan.
A lot of people used to beat him up.
Yeah, I think it was Dylan. I think it was Dylan.
Just beat him
I
up
can't
just
remember.
because.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That Joker turned out to be a Patterson police officer.
Yeah, I know he was looking to see some people, boy.
Yeah, yeah. I think I heard him talking like that one time. Like, yeah,
Yeah, let me see some of them guys now that gave me a hard time.
yeah, yup, yeah. Okay, we on to number question 3. What is the biggest challenge facing the country, and how can people work together to address it?
Mm. I think the biggest challenge that's facing the country now is the government not caring about the people. I think that's the biggest challenge that is affecting, and it's affecting just about everybody because when the government don't really care about the people and they care about money, that means the people suffer. From high gas prices, high food prices. I mean, I was you. Did you hear that? They called up like a million or so, over a million or so eggs for salmonella. So when you got a country that focuses so much on a profit, then we as the people need to start connecting and get past skin color, get past a political party, and just really get down to what's gonna make it better for everyone, as a human being. Let's talk about humanity. Let's talk about building a future for your grandchildren, your great grandchildren, being able to have food that you don't have to be worried about being contaminated. I mean, when you buy fruit now, before you would buy some fruit and you didn't it had a taste to it where it tastes like fruit. Some of the stuff you get now, you take a bite out of it, you don't know what is it don't even taste like fruit.
Nope.
So because even sometimes with my little dog, like certain times if I get apples, what I'm gonna start doing when if she don't eat it, I'm not gonna eat it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start doing that because, like, if it's an apple, because they got the noses, so they can sniff things. They can tell with the pesticides and things of that nature if it's too much or if it's, now they cloning things. So
Yeah,
if
it's
they
in the food. It's in the food, man.
right, so you wonder why you know there's so many sicknesses. You wonder why you have to go to the doctor. You can't get rid of this. You can't get rid of that. You got high cholesterol. You got diabetes, and all of this stuff. High blood pressure. Sometimes you just feel sluggish because these individuals, the FDA, Federal Food and Drug Administration, these guys are these are companies. These are not,
Yeah,
we thinking they're government, but these are companies that make a profit off of what they're doing. And it's a lot of people just say, "Oh, there's nothing we can do about it," but we can if we come together and really start demanding and stop voting for what happens if everybody don't vote? Since we've been told we gotta vote, what happens if everybody don't vote? Do the people stay in the seat or what? You know? So
yeah,
you need to, like, when you're voting for people, you need to do some research. What have they done in the past? What are they, what kind of history they got? Because you have people come in and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna lower the taxes." So how you gonna lower the taxes? You one person. You going into you becoming a senator. You can't just lower the taxes because you got to get the rest of the senators to agree to that. You know.
yeah.
So
That's true.
yeah. So it's game. So what would you say? What do you think?
Um, I think one of the biggest challenges facing the country, I guess, um, it probably would have to be getting everybody on the same page. I don't like the I don't like the Republican and the Democrat thing. I don't like that Republican, Democrat, liberal, this. I can't really get with that because I think they should all be together fighting for one cause, to make the country better. You got the Democrats fighting against the Republicans, and then they singling out the liberals. They got the left, the leftist, leftist group. I think that's what they call it, the leftist group, left
Yeah,
rack or something. Leftist group. They
left and
got
the
so
right
many
wing.
different.
Yeah, left wing, right
Yeah,
wing.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Left wing, right wing. So I don't know if it's better. Maybe they got a reason why they divided up like that to get different opinions. But far as I'm concerned, it should be one a House of Representatives, all on the same page. The Senate, um, it just seemed like they should do away with Democrat and do away with Republican and just have one lane that
one
they on
party.
that they one party, yeah, that they on to solve the problems of the country. That's just me. That's what I think. Because I don't know why you got Democrats and Republicans and they don't like each other. It's like a gang or something to me. You know what I mean? Like, should be just one. It should just be one party. Democrats or call them the Republic rats or the Demo whatever. But I just think it should be one party. That's all. I think that's the biggest challenge that we make, with all these different left, right, and the activists and the liberals and the Democrats and the Republicans and whatever else they got out there. It just seemed like together they would stand better, and divided it's easy to fall.
Well, that's the
That's
game.
just what I think.
That's the game. Want to call in, brother? 973-460-1610. If you want to call in, that's 973-460-1610. Anybody, want to call in. But I agree with you because I see that as a game. Behind
Yeah,
closed doors, they agree. In front of the people, they act divided.
they yeah.
So this way they had the people thinking, oh yeah, oh the Democrats is the ones that messing things up. No, the Republicans is the one that's messing things up. But really, they both two teeth in the
it's
same
a,
mouth, the upper teeth and the bottom
it's a
teeth. You know what I'm
it's a
saying?
game. It's a
Yeah. So it's
it's a
game. They
game
play.
they run on us.
Yeah, they game the people like they really don't like they really don't like each other. But come on, you
Yep.
know.
But that's what I think though. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay. All right, let's get to this next question. The relationship that shaped you. Think about the most important relationship you've ever had: romantic, family, friendship, or even a mentor. What did that relationship teach you that still shape how you move through the world right now? And what stayed with you from that relationship?
Um, that's a hard one. Um, you know, I when I was about 15 years old, I used to talk to this old man, and I know most people want to say you should probably say your father or your mother. I mean, maybe God. When I was about 15 years old, I used to talk to this guy. He was an old man named Irvin McComb, and he used to drop so much knowledge on me, man, about life. You know what I mean? He was a number writer, so he just sit on his porch and people would come play the numbers with him, and I
Oh,
would just
okay.
sit with him. I would just sit with him like all like hours, and just he used to just drop so much knowledge on me. And I got a lot of knowledge from my brother and you and different people, but that one man, that one guy is like a guy I'll never forget. He used to tell me so much about. He used to just teach me so much about life, like always take care of your kids and always take care of your mother. He used to always tell me to always take care of your kids and your mother. That was his main thing that he drilled into my head. Always take care of your kids and your mother. That was the main thing he used to always drill into me, and it just stuck in my head that like always take care of your kids and your mother, because that's your mother. She brought you in this world, and he taught me just a lot about um, life and racism and like stuff black people, because he was older. He was old, like old enough to be my grandfather. So he told me about racism, and about back in them days, and like things like that. So I would have to say that it was this old man named, rest in peace, this old man named Irvin McComb, that really taught me a lot of things that still stick with me today, and I don't give him enough credit because I really don't bring it up a lot. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
I would have to say Irvin McComb. What about you? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be generic, man. I'm gonna be generic, and you know, I'm gonna say, my mom. My mom, because she instilled in me to be to stand by what you believe in. You know what I mean? And stand up for what you believe is right. That stuck with me and it sticks with me to this day. Like if I don't think I'm right, I'll let something go quick. If I
Mm,
believe like, I could be in error, all right, you got that. If I'm right, if I believe this thing is helpful, this thing is worth standing up for, worth fighting for, then I'm gonna stand up for it and I'm gonna fight for it. You know, she also instilled in me, about the higher power. And the higher power is that connection that we all have within us, because we know that we didn't create ourselves. We know that
right.
there's something that created everything we see. And that power is a part of us. That power created us. So that means we have a great deal of power that many of us don't even tap into. And I believe, through studying, reading the major books, is because certain behaviors pull us away from that power.
Yeah,
All the books, all the three books, the Quran, the Bible, and the Torah, all three of them speak on a, a healthy, helpful behavior. And in my 63 years, I've seen people who do things that's unhealthy and disgruntled, unhelpful, grimy, underhanded. I've seen it take tolls on their appearance. It take toll on
yeah.
their appearance. You can see when a person is living a certain way just based on their appearance. Because I really
That's
truly
that's
believe,
facts.
I truly believe that when you commit enough atrocities towards people, you stain your soul and your soul suffer. The inner being in you start to decrease. When you live and you strive, like you say, you strive to do right by people. Don't try to steal. Don't try to hurt nobody. That type of stuff. When you strive to live in harmony with nature, it shows. It shows on you, and it shows up in your life. So I
Yep,
think so. That's why I say, my mom and her influence. I would have to give it to her as one of my, most
that's what's up.
influential relationships. So
That's what's up.
yeah,
Hey.
we down to seconds now, brother. So you might as well let the people know we got about.
I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be on tomorrow night. I might come on an hour earlier tomorrow, maybe at 9, because I'm thinking about having a guest come on. If my guests come, I'll be on at 9. If my guests don't come on, I'll be on the usual time at 10 o'clock on TikTok at JSean763 and Facebook, Randy J. Sean Jackson. If I have a guest, I'll be on at 9. If I don't, I'll be on the usual time at 10.
Okay, and we'll be on Sunday at 9 o'clock 17th Ave Family Live Podcast. Myself and my man Joaquin, aka Big Muzz. You know me, Shadi Ali, aka SRD. You know, we'll be doing that show. And we got another show coming up pretty soon, next month, called Sipping Tea with Shadi Ali. Got something coming up pretty soon, so that should be coming up pretty soon. So stay on the lookout for that. That'll. So we here at 17th Ave Family, we striving to do some big things, man. We striving to inform you guys and stay relevant, and put you guys up on a lot of things that you may not be up on. You
I,
dig?
yeah, I had to give up that Sunday food tasting show because I'm trying to lose weight. So I had to get it. I I had to give the Sunday show up for a while till I get down to my desired weight. Then I come back with my food tasting Sundays.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I
So
was saying when you was telling me, I was like, man, if you trying to do that food tasting thing ain't gonna be helpful.
I was doing hamburgers and stuff like Five Guys burgers and all that. Yeah, it ain't. So I had to fall back from that for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
mean,
I'll be back. I'll be back.
all right. Yeah. So and I'm still on that, man. Still striving for my desired weight and everything. So,
Me too.
eating healthy, thinking healthy, striving to do healthy things. That's it. That's all around, man. You got to hit it from all angles.
I just had salmon and green peas, man, and I don't eat past 8, so I don't know how I'm gonna make it the rest of the night. But I guess I'm gonna drink some black coffee. You drink coffee?
Nah, tea. That's why you
Okay, I
sipping.
know. I never seen you drink. I never seen you drink coffee.
Yeah, that's why you gonna be sipping tea with Shadi Ali, man. I don't really mess with the coffee like that. Oh,
You
yeah.
never drunk coffee?
I tried it. I really don't like it like that. I tried it when I was younger. I
Oh,
used to make it for my mom, and when I make it, I
yeah,
used to sip it. And even with my grandfather, when he used to get up early in the morning, he used to let me sip it.
yeah.
But that's when I was younger. As I got older, I,
You
I
never
don't really
liked it.
care for it like that.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. You got an
and that's the
acquired
thing.
taste.
People have to have their coffee. I see people like can't start their day without that cup of coffee.
Oh, they get a headache without it.
Yeah,
That
that caffeine.
caffeine,
Yeah,
just another drug.
yeah. All right, so
That's all right, brother.
all right, you know,
Until
these are
next week.
conversations that remind us who we are, where we've been, and what still matters. So these are conversations we give you guys. So to next week, love yourselves, love somebody else, and stay focused.
Peace.
Peace.